I think there was probably something significant that happened at the in the last ice age, because we don't see any evidence of writing.
Elon Musk recently revealed that a drone flew over Antarctica's ice wall, capturing the most shocking footage ever seen. This revelation has captivated audiences, challenging the perception of Antarctica as a barren wasteland. The footage unveils hidden secrets and unexpected life forms thriving in the icy expanse, raising questions about what mysteries lie beneath the ice. What astonishing discoveries await in this uncharted territory? Join us as we explore the depths of Antarctica, uncovering the secrets that have been preserved for centuries. The Endurance. The discovery of the Endurance, the ship famously associated with Ernest Shackleton's ill-fated Antarctic expedition, is a story of adventure, perseverance, and remarkable human spirit. In the early 20th century, Shackleton set out to achieve what no one had done before: a trans-Antarctic crossing. The ship was a sturdy vessel built to withstand the harsh conditions of the polar regions. However, despite its robust construction, the Endurance could not escape the formidable grip of the Antarctic ice. In December 1914, Shackleton and his crew of 28 men, along with scientists and a stowaway, embarked on this daring expedition aboard the Endurance. Their journey took them from South Georgia Island to the icy waters of the Weddell Sea. However, by January 1915, the ship became trapped in the dense ice pack. Despite their best efforts to free it using picks and saws, the encroaching Antarctic winter sealed their fate as the ice continued to thicken and tighten its hold on the vessel. For many months, the crew remained with the trapped Endurance, hoping for a thaw that never came. The harsh conditions were relentless, and the men had to endure freezing temperatures, isolation, and dwindling supplies. Shackleton, known for his leadership and determination, maintained morale among his crew, ensuring they remained hopeful and resilient through the long winter months. By October 1915, the relentless pressure of the ice had crushed the hull of the Endurance, and Shackleton was forced to make the difficult decision to abandon the ship. The crew salvaged what they could from the sinking vessel and set up camp on the ice floes. They were hundreds of miles from the nearest inhabited outpost, with little hope of rescue. Yet Shackleton's resolve never wavered, and he devised a daring plan to reach help. In a remarkable feat of navigation and endurance, Shackleton and a small team set out in a lifeboat across the treacherous Southern Ocean. Their goal was to reach the whaling stations of South Georgia Island, a perilous journey of over 800 miles. Against all odds, they succeeded, navigating through some of the world's most dangerous waters with only a sextant and their sheer determination. Upon reaching South Georgia, Shackleton organized a rescue mission for the remainder of his crew, who had been stranded on Elephant Island. In August 1916, after several attempts, Shackleton successfully returned to rescue his men, and miraculously, the entire crew survived the ordeal without a single loss of life. In recent years, technological advancements have enabled researchers to explore the deep sea more thoroughly. A team of underwater researchers equipped with modern technology embarked on a mission to locate the Endurance. Using autonomous underwater vehicles and sonar mapping, they meticulously scanned the ocean floor until they finally found the ship. The discovery of the Endurance was a triumph of modern exploration, providing a tangible link to Shackleton's epic tale of survival. The ship was found remarkably well preserved, a testament to the cold, deep waters of the Antarctic, which had protected it from decay. Antarctic wildlife adaptations. Antarctica, often perceived as a lifeless, icy expanse, is home to a remarkable array of wildlife that has adapted to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. These adaptations showcase the incredible resilience and ingenuity of life in the face of extreme conditions. From mammals and birds to fish and invertebrates, each species has developed unique strategies to cope with the cold, isolation, and scarcity of resources. One of the most iconic animals of Antarctica is the emperor penguin. These remarkable birds are the largest of their kind and are uniquely adapted to endure the Antarctic winter. Emperor penguins breed during the coldest time of the year, when temperatures can plunge to 40 degrees Celsius. To survive, they huddle together in large groups, sharing body heat and minimizing exposure to the frigid winds. Their bodies are insulated with a thick layer of blubber and densely packed feathers, which provide excellent thermal protection. Additionally, they have a unique circulatory system in their flippers and feet that helps minimize heat loss. Another fascinating inhabitant of Antarctica is the Weddell seal. Known for their incredible diving abilities, these seals can dive to depths of over 600 meters and hold their breath for up to 80 minutes. This capability allows them to hunt for fish and other prey beneath the thick ice. Weddell seals have a remarkable adaptation that enables them to find air holes in the ice, which are crucial for breathing. They possess an internal compass that uses Earth's magnetic fields, similar to a built-in GPS, allowing them to navigate through the ice-covered waters with precision. Icefish, found in the frigid waters surrounding Antarctica, have evolved a unique adaptation that sets them apart from most other fish. Their blood lacks hemoglobin, which is the protein responsible for transporting oxygen in most vertebrates. Instead, they have developed antifreeze proteins that prevent their blood from freezing in the extremely cold waters. These proteins are crucial for their survival, as they ensure that ice crystals do not form in their bodies, allowing them to thrive in temperatures that would be lethal to other marine organisms. The Antarctic sea spider is another example of extraordinary adaptation. Unlike their terrestrial counterparts, these sea spiders have a unique body structure where their vital organs are located in their long, thin legs. This adaptation is believed to help them survive in the cold, oxygen-rich waters of Antarctica. They feed using a long proboscis to extract nutrients from their prey, allowing them to thrive in an environment where food is scarce. Tardigrades, also known as water bears, are microscopic creatures renowned for their resilience. These tiny organisms can survive in some of the most extreme conditions on Earth, including the vacuum of space. In Antarctica, they endure the harsh climate by entering a state of suspended animation, where they dry out completely and can remain dormant for years. When conditions improve, they rehydrate and return to life, showcasing an extraordinary ability to withstand the unforgiving environment. In the deep waters beneath the Antarctic ice shelves, giant sea sponges have adapted to life in the dark, nutrient-poor conditions. These sponges filter small food particles from the slow-moving water currents, demonstrating their ability to make the most of the limited resources available. Their adaptability allows them to survive far from the sunlight that most other organisms rely on for energy. Perhaps one of the most mysterious and awe-inspiring creatures of Antarctica is the colossal squid. This massive invertebrate is one of the largest known species of squid, living in the deep, cold waters of the Southern Ocean. The colossal squid's existence highlights the vast, unexplored nature of the Antarctic marine environment, where much remains to be discovered. Leopard seals are the apex predators of the Antarctic ecosystem. These formidable hunters are known for their speed and strength, preying on fish, squid, and even other seals. Their adaptability and hunting prowess make them dominant in their icy habitat, where they play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the marine ecosystem. The harsh climate of Antarctica, with its limited food sources, extreme cold, and isolation, poses significant challenges for its inhabitants. Yet, the diverse array of wildlife found on the continent and in its surrounding waters is a testament to the power of adaptation. Each species has evolved unique traits and behaviors that enable them to not only survive, but thrive in this unforgiving environment. Meteorites. Antarctica is a unique place on Earth, not only for its breathtaking landscapes and extreme climate, but also for its wealth of extraterrestrial treasures. Meteorites. These space rocks have been falling to Earth for billions of years, and the vast icy expanse of Antarctica has proven to be one of the best places on our planet to find them. The continent's ice fields create a perfect backdrop for spotting meteorites, which contrast starkly with the bright white ice. This fascinating phenomenon offers scientists a window into the solar system's history and the building blocks of our universe. The process of finding meteorites in Antarctica is both challenging and rewarding. As meteorites fall to Earth, they become embedded in the moving glaciers of the continent. Over time, these glaciers carry the meteorites to the surface, where they accumulate in specific areas known as meteorite stranding zones. The slow movement of the ice combined with the strong winds and sublimation, where ice turns directly into vapor, exposes these ancient rocks, making them accessible for researchers to collect and study. This natural conveyor belt system provides a continuous supply of meteorites to be discovered. Antarctica's meteorites are scientifically significant because they provide a pristine record of materials from space, largely unaffected by Earth's weathering processes. Unlike meteorites found in other parts of the world, those in Antarctica have been preserved in the ice, protecting them from moisture and contaminants. This preservation allows scientists to analyze them in near-original condition, offering insights into their composition, origin, and the processes they have undergone. Meteorites in Antarctica fall into three main categories: stony meteorites, iron meteorites, and stony iron meteorites. Stony meteorites, which are the most common, are composed primarily of silicate minerals and are thought to originate from the crust of asteroids. Iron meteorites are composed mainly of metallic iron and nickel and are believed to come from the cores of differentiated asteroids. Stony iron meteorites contain mixtures of silicate minerals and metal and are relatively rare. Each type provides unique information about the history and evolution of the solar system. One of the most exciting aspects of Antarctic meteorites is their potential to include pieces from the Moon and Mars. While these are rare, they offer invaluable insights into the geological history of these celestial bodies. For example, Martian meteorites found in Antarctica have provided clues about the past presence of water on Mars and its volcanic activity. Lunar meteorites, on the other hand, help scientists understand the composition and history of the Moon's surface. The study of Antarctic meteorites has led to significant discoveries in planetary science. For instance, the Allen Hills 84001 meteorite, found in 1984, gained fame for its potential signs of ancient Martian life. Though controversial, this finding sparked a renewed interest in the search for life on Mars and has influenced future missions to the Red Planet. Furthermore, the analysis of these meteorites has contributed to our understanding of the early solar system, including the processes that led to the formation of planets and the delivery of water and organic compounds to Earth. Green icebergs. The beauty of Antarctica is often associated with its massive icebergs, some of which are vividly green. These striking icebergs have captivated scientists and explorers for decades, and thanks to advancements like drone technology, we are beginning to unravel their mysteries. Drones have transformed our understanding of this remote continent by providing unprecedented access to areas previously unreachable by humans. They can capture high-resolution images and videos, helping researchers study and track icebergs, including the unique green ones, from above. Green icebergs are a fascinating natural phenomenon, and their striking color has sparked curiosity and speculation. Initially, it was thought that the green hue might be due to organic materials or microorganisms trapped in the ice. However, further research revealed that these icebergs owe their color to iron oxides. These oxides are a key component of the sediment found on the Antarctic seafloor. When glaciers scrape along the bedrock, they grind up these sediments, which then become embedded in the ice. As the glaciers carve into the ocean, they carry this iron-rich ice with them, creating the stunning green icebergs we see. The color of these icebergs is due to the way iron oxides interact with light. While most icebergs appear white or blue due to the scattering of light, the presence of iron oxides alters the light reflection. These oxides absorb blue light, but reflect red and orange wavelengths, which combine with the blue to produce a green coloration. This absorption and reflection of light result in the beautiful emerald hues that set these icebergs apart from their more common counterparts. Beyond their visual appeal, green icebergs play a crucial ecological role in the Antarctic marine environment. As these icebergs melt, they release their iron content into the surrounding waters. Iron is a vital nutrient for phytoplankton, the microscopic plants that form the base of the ocean's food web. In the nutrient-poor waters of the Southern Ocean, iron is often a limiting factor for phytoplankton growth. Thus, the melting of green icebergs provides a much-needed iron boost, supporting phytoplankton blooms and, in turn, sustaining a diverse range of marine life. Phytoplankton are essential to the marine ecosystem as they are the primary producers, converting sunlight into energy through photosynthesis. They serve as the foundational food source for a variety of marine organisms, from tiny krill to massive whales. By facilitating phytoplankton growth, green icebergs indirectly support the complex food webs that thrive in these cold waters. The presence of adequate phytoplankton populations also has a broader impact on the global climate, as these organisms absorb significant amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping to mitigate climate change. Research on green icebergs has shown that their formation is closely linked to the dynamics of the glaciers and ice sheets that cover Antarctica. It is believed that the green ice originates from specific glaciers that flow over iron-rich bedrock, accumulating these sediments in their icy mass. Understanding the flow patterns and behavior of these glaciers is essential for predicting the future stability of Antarctica's ice sheets, which hold enough ice to significantly raise global sea levels if melted. Drones have revolutionized the way researchers study these icebergs by providing detailed aerial views that were previously unattainable. They allow scientists to monitor the movements and melting patterns of icebergs over time, gathering data on their size, shape, and rate of melting. This information is vital for understanding the life cycle of green icebergs and their contribution to the marine nutrient cycle. The use of drones in Antarctic research extends beyond studying icebergs. They also help map the terrain, monitor wildlife populations, and assess the impacts of climate change on the continent's fragile ecosystems. By providing a bird's-eye view of this remote and inhospitable landscape, drones enable scientists to gather data more efficiently and safely, reducing the need for risky field expeditions. Preserved fruitcake. The discovery of a 100-year-old fruitcake in Antarctica is a fascinating testament to the endurance of both early explorers and the artifacts they left behind. This fruitcake, remarkably preserved in the frigid climate, was found in 2017 by conservators from the Antarctic Heritage Trust at Cape Adare. This site is significant as it served as one of the earliest bases established during the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, a time when adventurers like Ernest Shackleton and Robert Falcon Scott sought to unlock the mysteries of the icy continent. Cape Adare was first occupied by members of the British Antarctic expedition led by Carsten Borchgrevink in 1899. It was later used by Scott's Northern Party during his Terra Nova expedition from 1910 to 1913. The huts they built provided shelter and a base of operations for these early explorers who faced unimaginable hardships in their quest to explore and survive in Antarctica. The fruitcake, believed to be from Scott's expedition, was found in one of these huts, wrapped in paper and encased in a tin marked with the label of Huntley & Palmer's, a British biscuit company known for its fruitcakes. Fruitcake might seem like an unusual choice for such a harsh environment, but it makes perfect sense when considering the context. This dense, calorie-rich cake was ideally suited to the needs of polar explorers, offering a long shelf life and a substantial energy boost. Packed with dried fruits, nuts, and sometimes fortified with alcohol, fruitcakes were capable of withstanding the extreme conditions of the Antarctic climate. This made them an ideal food item that could be taken on long journeys and stored for extended periods without spoilage. The preservation of the fruitcake is a result of Antarctica's cold, dry climate, which acts as a natural freezer. The low temperatures and lack of moisture significantly slow down the processes of decay and bacterial growth. This environment allowed the fruitcake to remain largely unchanged for over a century, making it a remarkable artifact from an era of exploration that pushed the boundaries of human endurance and ingenuity. In addition to the fruitcake, the huts at Cape Adare have yielded a treasure trove of artifacts, including tools, clothing, and other food items, all of which contribute to our understanding of early 20th century exploration. These objects offer a glimpse into the challenges and routines of life on the ice, providing valuable context for the historical narratives of these expeditions. The story of the fruitcake's preservation was brought to light by dedicated conservation efforts. The Antarctic Heritage Trust undertakes meticulous work to preserve these historic sites and their contents, ensuring that they remain intact for future generations. The fruitcake's tin was carefully restored, and the cake itself was described as looking and smelling almost edible, despite its age. ATMs at McMurdo Station. McMurdo Station, located on the southern tip of Ross Island in Antarctica, is the largest research station on the continent and serves as a central hub for scientific research and logistical support. Despite its remote location and extreme conditions, McMurdo is equipped with many of the amenities you might expect in a small town, including dining facilities, a gym, a post office, and even ATMs. These ATMs are unique, given their location in one of the most isolated places on Earth, and they play an essential role in the community at McMurdo Station. The ATMs at McMurdo are managed by Wells Fargo, a major American financial services company. These machines dispense US dollars, which are used for various transactions within the station. Although most of the daily needs of McMurdo's residents are covered by the station's services, having access to cash is still important. It allows the personnel to purchase items at the station's store, send mail from the post office, or enjoy a drink at one of the social clubs. Maintaining ATMs in such a remote location poses unique challenges. The harsh Antarctic conditions, characterized by extreme cold, high winds, and isolation, mean that servicing these machines requires careful planning and logistics. Every 2 years, Wells Fargo sends a team of specialized technicians to McMurdo to service and update the ATMs. These technicians must be prepared to deal with the isolation and challenging weather conditions. Consequently, they undergo rigorous psychological and physical evaluations to ensure they can handle the environment. The technician's journey to McMurdo Station is not a straightforward trip. It involves a long flight to New Zealand, followed by another flight on a military transport plane to Antarctica. Once there, they must work quickly and efficiently to perform maintenance and updates, ensuring the machines remain operational until the next service interval. This careful attention to detail is crucial, as the ATMs provide a vital service to the station's residents, especially during the winter months when McMurdo's population can drop to around 200 people. In addition to regular maintenance, the staff at McMurdo Station are trained to perform basic repairs on the ATMs to keep them functioning between service visits. This training is essential because even minor issues can disrupt the availability of cash in such an isolated location. The station also has a backup ATM on site to ensure that cash remains accessible even if one machine needs to be taken offline for repairs. The presence of ATMs at McMurdo Station highlights the blend of modern convenience and rugged survival necessary for life in Antarctica. While much of the focus is on scientific research and survival in extreme conditions, the ATMs provide a connection to the world beyond the ice, allowing the station's residents to manage their finances and maintain some semblance of normalcy in their daily lives. McMurdo Station's ATMs also serve as a reminder of the logistical complexity involved in supporting human activity in Antarctica. Every aspect of life at the station, from food and fuel to scientific equipment and financial services, must be carefully coordinated and transported across vast distances. This requires international collaboration and meticulous planning to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone on the continent. Shipwrecks and mummified penguins. Antarctica, a continent of ice and mystery, holds many secrets beneath its frozen surface, including the stories of shipwrecks and mummified penguins. These remnants provide a fascinating insight into both human endeavors and the resilience of wildlife in a harsh climate. Let's delve into these intriguing aspects of Antarctic history and ecology. The icy waters surrounding Antarctica have been both a barrier and a graveyard for ships over the centuries. One of the most famous shipwrecks is that of the Endurance, associated with Ernest Shackleton's 1914-1917 expedition. Shackleton and his crew set out with the aim of making the first land crossing of Antarctica, but their ship became trapped in the Weddell Sea ice pack. Despite their efforts to free it, the ice crushed and sank the Endurance, forcing the crew to endure months of survival on the ice before they were ultimately rescued. The story of the Endurance is legendary, highlighting the extreme challenges faced by early explorers. Shipwrecks are not the only intriguing finds in Antarctica. The continent also holds evidence of past penguin colonies in the form of mummified remains. One notable discovery involved hundreds of mummified Adelie penguins found on the eastern Antarctic peninsula. These mummies, some dating back 750 to 200 years, provide a snapshot of how these birds once lived and the challenges they faced. The mummification process was natural, with the cold, dry conditions preserving their bodies. The mummification of these penguins likely resulted from sudden weather changes. Heavy rain or snow can be particularly deadly for young chicks, whose downy feathers are not waterproof. If exposed to such conditions, they can succumb to hypothermia, as happened in these historical events. The discovery of mummified penguins offers scientists a valuable opportunity to study past climate conditions and understand how weather patterns affected wildlife. This knowledge can inform current conservation efforts as climate change continues to alter Antarctic ecosystems. The study of these mummified penguins extends beyond climate insights, also shedding light on the dietary habits and health of past penguin populations. By analyzing isotopes in the mummy's feathers and bones, researchers can infer what these penguins ate and how their diet may have changed over time. Such studies help build a picture of the ecological dynamics in Antarctic waters and how they have shifted due to natural and human-induced changes. Number 15. Ancient DNA found in Scotia Sea sediments. The discovery of ancient DNA in Scotia Sea sediments is a fascinating find that offers insights into Earth's past climate and ecosystems. Scientists collected seafloor sediment samples from the Scotia Sea, located near Antarctica, and found traces of DNA that date back to a time when the Earth was warmer than it is today. This DNA comes from a period about 34 to 55 million years ago. Researchers are still working to identify exactly which types of organisms the DNA belongs to, but it likely includes various microbes and possibly even early forms of life that existed during that warm period. The discovery is significant because it helps scientists understand how ancient ecosystems functioned and how life adapted to changing climates. One important aspect of this find is how it relates to current climate change. By studying these ancient DNA samples, scientists can gain a better understanding of how past warming events impacted the Earth's ecosystems. This knowledge can provide valuable clues about how modern ecosystems might respond to current and future climate changes. The Scotia Sea sediments are particularly interesting because they hold clues to a time when the Antarctic region was not covered in ice, unlike today. This means that the DNA preserved in these sediments comes from a much different environment than what we see now. Analyzing these samples helps researchers piece together the history of life on Earth and how climate shifts have influenced biological diversity over millions of years. Number 14. World's largest iceberg, A76A, on the move. In recent years, the world's largest iceberg, named A76A, has been making headlines. This iceberg, a massive piece of ice that broke off from the Antarctic continent, has attracted significant attention due to its sheer size and the potential implications of its movement. A76A was first spotted in May 2021 when it calved, or broke away, from the Ron ice shelf in Antarctica. This enormous iceberg measures approximately 84 miles long and 16 miles wide, making it the largest iceberg on the planet at that time. Its size is roughly equivalent to the size of the state of Rhode Island. After breaking free, A76A drifted into the Drake Passage, a notoriously busy and turbulent area of the Southern Ocean. This passage is known for its strong ocean currents, which can quickly move icebergs away from their origin. The iceberg's journey through the Drake Passage has been closely monitored by scientists and satellite imagery due to its potential impacts on sea levels and marine ecosystems. The movement of such a large iceberg raises concerns for several reasons. As A76A drifts into warmer waters, it will start to melt. This melting process could contribute to rising sea levels, which is a significant concern for coastal areas around the world. Additionally, the iceberg's melting could affect ocean currents and marine life in the region. Scientists and researchers are watching A76A's progress closely to understand its impact better and predict future movements of similar icebergs. The iceberg's journey serves as a reminder of the dynamic nature of Earth's ice systems and the ongoing changes in our climate. Number 13. Subsurface ecosystems. The discovery of subsurface ecosystems in Antarctica has revealed fascinating and unexpected life forms living far beneath the ice. These ecosystems are found in the waters beneath ice shelves, like the Larsen Ice Shelf. Researchers recently dug 1,640 feet, 500 meters, below the surface of the Larsen Ice Shelf. They were looking for unusual patterns in satellite images and were surprised to find a hidden world of tiny creatures living in the darkness. They discovered thousands of new subspecies of tiny crustaceans called amphipods. These creatures are similar to shrimp and are specially adapted to the extreme cold and high pressure of their environment. In addition to the amphipods, scientists found algae called phytoplankton living in the ice-covered waters. Normally, algae need sunlight to grow because they perform photosynthesis. However, the algae discovered in Antarctica are thriving with only about 1% of the light available at the surface. This ability to survive in such low light is remarkable and shows how life can adapt to extreme conditions. The ice-covered waters where these creatures live are isolated from the surface world. This isolation has allowed them to evolve in unique ways, creating a hidden ecosystem that is both strange and intriguing. These discoveries not only help scientists understand more about life in extreme environments, but also provide clues about how similar ecosystems might exist on other icy worlds in our solar system. Number 12. Discovery of gyrosite. In 2004, scientists made a surprising discovery when analyzing an ice core from Antarctica. The ice core, which was about 1,620 meters, 5,315 feet long, contained layers of ice that have been accumulating for thousands of years. Within these layers, researchers found gyrosite, a brittle, yellow-brown mineral. This discovery was notable because gyrosite is not commonly found in the natural environment, especially in such remote and extreme conditions. Gyrosite forms when certain types of minerals react with water and air, creating unique conditions. The presence of this mineral in the Antarctic ice suggests that similar conditions might have existed on Mars in the past. Scientists believe that Mars once had massive ice deposits, and gyrosite might have formed there under similar conditions to those on Earth. This find is important for several reasons. First, it helps scientists understand the processes that can create and preserve minerals in extreme environments. Second, it provides clues about the history of ice on both Earth and Mars. By studying gyrosite, researchers can learn more about how glaciers have shaped planetary surfaces and whether similar processes could have occurred on other planets. Number 11. Massive underground river. Beneath Antarctica. A huge underground river has been discovered beneath Antarctica, stretching for nearly 300 miles. This river flows beneath 4 massive ice sheets and is longer than the River Thames. Scientists used special radar technology to find it. This radar can see through ice and show what's underneath. The river is draining ice from an area bigger than France and Germany combined, which is more than twice the size of Texas. If all the ice from this region were to melt, global sea levels would rise by about 14 feet. This could lead to significant flooding and other environmental impacts around the world. The discovery of this massive underground river is important because it helps scientists understand how ice and water interact under the ice sheets. This knowledge is crucial for predicting how the ice will change in the future and how it might contribute to rising sea levels. The river is part of a complex system of ice and water flows beneath Antarctica. These hidden waterways can affect how quickly ice is lost from the continent and how it contributes to sea level rise. The river's flow is driven by various factors, including the pressure of the ice above and the temperature of the water. Researchers are still studying this underground river to learn more about its behavior and its impact on the ice sheets. Number 10. Lake Snow Eagle. Lake Snow Eagle is a fascinating discovery hidden beneath the ice of Antarctica. Located about 2 miles, 3.2 kilometers, below the surface of the East Antarctic ice sheet, this lake is a massive find with an area of approximately 143 square miles, 370 square kilometers. Scientists believe that Lake Snow Eagle could be the remnant of a river system that existed around 34 million years ago, before the current ice sheet formed. The discovery of Lake Snow Eagle was made through radar and other imaging techniques used to study the ice sheet. This hidden lake, covered by thick ice, holds a unique record of Earth's history. The sediments found at the bottom of the lake are believed to be older than the ice sheet itself, providing valuable insights into the climate and environmental conditions of the past. Scientists are particularly interested in studying Lake Snow Eagle because it might contain ancient microorganisms that have been trapped in the ice and sediment for millions of years. By examining these microorganisms, researchers can learn more about how life might have adapted to extreme conditions in the past and what climate changes occurred in Antarctica. The lake's discovery is also significant for understanding global climate change. Since Antarctica plays a crucial role in Earth's climate system, studying features like Lake Snow Eagle helps scientists predict how current and future climate changes might affect the ice sheet and global sea levels. Number 9. Massive icefish nest colony. In a fascinating discovery, scientists found a massive colony of icefish nests in Antarctica's Weddell Sea. This underwater city covers about 93 square miles and contains around 60 million nests. Each nest has about 1,700 eggs, and icefish are seen guarding them, much like birds protect their nests. The discovery was made by a research team aboard the German icebreaker Polarstern. They were using a towed camera system to study the seafloor and were amazed to find this extensive nesting ground. The icefish, known as Neopagitopsis iona, are unique because they have a natural anti-freeze protein in their blood, allowing them to survive in the freezing waters of Antarctica. What makes this discovery even more interesting is the uniformity of the nests. Each nest is about 15 centimeters deep and 75 centimeters in diameter, with clear boundaries separating one nest from another. The nests are often filled with small pebbles, and the fish were seen swimming around them, indicating active care for their future offspring. This massive nesting site is not just a biological marvel, but also an ecological hotspot. The nests attract Weddell seals, which are known to feed on icefish. This means the area plays a crucial role in the local food web, supporting a range of marine life. Number 8. Heat waves and melting ice. A watery grave. Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth, is facing an unexpected problem. Heat waves. A heat wave in Antarctica means the temperature rises much higher than normal, which can cause a lot of trouble. For example, in February 2020, a heat wave caused temperatures to soar to 64.9 degrees Fahrenheit, 18.3 degrees Celsius, on the northern tip of the Antarctic Peninsula, setting a new record. Heat waves like this make the ice melt faster. Normally, Antarctica is covered with thick ice, but when the temperature goes up, the ice starts to melt. This melting ice creates big problems for the planet. One major issue is rising sea levels. When the ice on land melts, the water flows into the ocean, making sea levels go up. If all the ice in Antarctica melted, sea levels could rise by about 200 feet, which would flood many coastal cities around the world. The heat waves also affect the animals living in Antarctica. For instance, penguins depend on the ice to breed and feed. As the ice melts, their habitats shrink, making it harder for them to survive. Scientists are worried because these heat waves are happening more often and with more intensity. They use satellites and weather stations to monitor temperature changes and melting ice. These tools help them understand how fast things are changing and what might happen in the future. Number 7. Thwaites Glacier. Thwaites Glacier in Antarctica is often called the Doomsday Glacier because of its potential to cause serious problems for the world. It is located in West Antarctica and is one of the largest and fastest-moving glaciers on the continent. This glacier plays a critical role in the stability of the Antarctic ice sheet. Thwaites Glacier has been grabbing attention due to its significant contribution to sea level rise. Scientists are worried because if the glacier were to collapse completely, it could raise global sea levels by more than 10 feet, 3 meters. This rise would lead to devastating consequences, including severe flooding and erosion in coastal cities around the world. Recent research shows that Thwaites Glacier is holding on by a thread. The glacier is melting rapidly from underneath, where warm ocean waters are eating away at its base. This melting process weakens the glacier and makes it more unstable. Satellite images and underwater robots have shown that the glacier is moving faster than it used to, and it is losing ice at an alarming rate.
Today's UN report details the relentless advance of climate change on every continent.
The glacier's rapid changes are partly due to climate change. As global temperatures rise, ocean waters warm up, causing more ice to melt. This process contributes to the overall increase in sea levels. Scientists are closely monitoring Thwaites Glacier using various methods, including ice-penetrating radar and underwater drones. Their goal is to understand how the glacier behaves and to predict its future impact on sea levels. By studying Thwaites, researchers hope to better prepare for and mitigate the effects of rising seas, which could threaten millions of people worldwide. Number 6. The Earth's deepest point in the south. The Factorian Deep is a remarkable and mysterious feature located in the Southern Ocean near Antarctica. Discovered in 2019, it is known as the deepest point in the Southern Hemisphere. This underwater abyss reaches a depth of about 24,400 feet, 7,438 meters below sea level. To put that into perspective, if you stacked 17 Empire State Buildings on top of each other, they would barely reach the surface of the Factorian Deep. The Factorian Deep lies within the southern part of the Indian Ocean, which is one of the most remote and least explored areas of the world's oceans. Its extreme depth is significant because it offers scientists valuable insights into the Earth's geological processes and oceanic conditions. One of the key aspects of the Factorian Deep is its contribution to our understanding of oceanic trenches and the processes that occur in the deep sea. These trenches play a crucial role in the movement of tectonic plates and the recycling of Earth's crust. The deep sea environment around the Factorian Deep is also home to unique and adapted marine life, which can survive under immense pressure and in complete darkness. Number 5. Sea anemones under ice shelves. In Antarctica, researchers have made an intriguing discovery under the ice shelves: sea anemones. These sea creatures, often found in warmer waters, have been found living in a very unexpected place. The ice shelves, which are thick, floating sheets of ice that extend from the land into the ocean, provide a unique and extreme habitat for these anemones. Sea anemones are typically seen in coral reefs or on the sea floor in temperate and tropical regions. They usually thrive in environments with plenty of light and nutrients, but under Antarctica's ice shelves, there is very little light and the environment is extremely cold. Despite these harsh conditions, sea anemones have adapted to survive. The discovery was made when scientists used a remotely operated vehicle, ROV, to explore the underside of the ice shelves. These vehicles are equipped with cameras and other tools to capture images and collect samples from hard-to-reach areas. The ROVs revealed a surprising ecosystem where sea anemones were living in the cold, dark waters beneath the ice. These anemones were found attached to the ice shelf's underside and in the surrounding waters. The sea anemones in this icy habitat have adapted in remarkable ways. They have special proteins that help them endure the cold temperatures and low light conditions. They also rely on a different type of food source compared to their warmer water relatives. Instead of relying on sunlight, these anemones might feed on organic matter that drifts down from the ice or other microscopic organisms. Number 4. The ATM at McMurdo Station. The ATM at McMurdo Station in Antarctica is an interesting and somewhat surprising feature of this remote research base. Located on the southernmost continent, McMurdo Station is operated by the United States and serves as a hub for scientific research and support operations. In 2008, McMurdo Station made headlines for having an unusual but practical addition, an automated teller machine, ATM. This machine is not something you would expect to find in such a harsh and isolated environment The ATM was installed to provide financial services to the station's staff and visiting scientists. Given the extreme conditions and logistical challenges of living and working in Antarctica, having access to cash is a small but significant convenience. The ATM at McMurdo Station is linked to the global banking network, allowing users to withdraw cash in US dollars. This is particularly useful for the station's workers who might need money for personal expenses, especially when they are off-duty or during their brief periods of leave. While most financial transactions are handled electronically, having an ATM ensures that those who need physical currency can get it without having to wait for a more complex arrangement. The presence of this ATM highlights how modern conveniences have found their way even into the most unexpected places. McMurdo Station itself is a bustling community with various facilities and services to support its inhabitants, including dining halls, recreational facilities, and medical centers. The ATM fits into this ecosystem, offering a touch of everyday normalcy in an otherwise extreme and isolated setting. Number 3. Shackleton's Shipwreck Exploration. Shackleton's shipwreck exploration is a fascinating chapter in Antarctic history. It revolves around the shipwreck of Ernest Shackleton's vessel, the Endurance, which was trapped and eventually lost in the ice of Antarctica.
Scientists have set sail on a very special mission to find the lost ship Endurance. It belonged to polar explorer Sir Ernest Shackleton and sank in Antarctica more than a century ago.
Ernest Shackleton was a British explorer known for his remarkable journey to Antarctica in the early 20th century. In 1914, he embarked on the Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition, aiming to cross the continent. However, his ship, the Endurance, became stuck in dense sea ice in the Weddell Sea, forcing Shackleton and his crew to endure a harrowing struggle for survival.
Shackleton decides to try to move the 300-ton Endurance manually into open water.
The Endurance was trapped by the ice for months, and Shackleton's crew faced harsh conditions, including freezing temperatures and dwindling supplies. Eventually, the ship was crushed by the ice and sank. Shackleton and his men were left stranded on the ice, but they managed to escape by traveling in lifeboats and eventually reached safety. In 2019, a major breakthrough occurred when researchers located the wreck of the Endurance. Using advanced technology, including underwater drones and sonar equipment, they found the shipwreck about 107 years after it sank. The ship was discovered lying upright and well-preserved under the ice. The cold Antarctic conditions helped preserve the Endurance remarkably well, making it an extraordinary find for historians and explorers. Number 2. Meteorite in Antarctica. Meteorites in Antarctica have been a fascinating subject for scientists for decades. The icy landscape of Antarctica is one of the best places on Earth to find meteorites. This is because the continent's vast ice sheets and glaciers act like a natural trap, collecting and preserving meteorites that fall from space. Antarctica's ice is a great collector because meteorites are dark and stand out against the bright white ice. When these space rocks land, they get buried under the ice. Over time, ice movement pushes these meteorites to the surface, where they can be discovered by researchers. One of the most famous meteorite finds in Antarctica is the ALEH 84001. Discovered in 1984, this meteorite is from Mars. It is about 4.4 billion years old and contains evidence that some scientists believe might indicate the presence of ancient Martian life. This find has been very exciting for those interested in the possibility of life on other planets. Another notable find is the 2000 Antarctic meteorite, which is the largest meteorite found on the continent. It weighs around 6,000 pounds and was found in 2000. Researchers think it came from the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Meteorites found in Antarctica provide valuable information about the early solar system and the history of our planet. They offer clues about the formation of the solar system and the conditions in space long ago. Additionally, studying these meteorites can help scientists understand how our planet interacts with space objects. Number 1. Weddell seals' extreme habitat adaptations. Weddell seals are fascinating creatures that have adapted incredibly well to the extreme conditions of Antarctica. These seals, which are found mainly in the southern parts of the continent, are well known for their remarkable adaptations that allow them to thrive in one of the coldest places on Earth. One of the most notable adaptations of Weddell seals is their ability to stay underwater for extended periods. They can dive as deep as 1,800 feet and hold their breath for up to 80 minutes. This is crucial for hunting under the thick ice, where they catch fish, squid, and krill. They have special adaptations in their blood and muscles that store oxygen more efficiently, which helps them manage these long dives. Weddell seals also have a thick layer of blubber, which insulates them against the freezing temperatures of the Antarctic waters. This blubber not only keeps them warm, but also serves as an energy reserve during times when food is scarce. Their fur is short and sparse, but it's enough to reduce heat loss in the freezing conditions.
In fact, the seals only surface to breathe, rest, and give birth to their pups.
Another fascinating adaptation is their ability to create breathing holes in the ice. Weddell seals use their strong teeth to keep these holes open, which allows them to breathe while swimming under the ice. These holes are crucial for their survival because they enable them to access the surface for air in the otherwise impenetrable ice-covered waters. Weddell seals also exhibit a unique behavior of using their body heat to create small patches of water around their breathing holes. This helps them maintain open breathing holes even in the harshest conditions. Thanks for watching another episode. While you are still here, make sure to click the video on your screen for more quality content.